Hey y'all, I'm Bret, and welcome to another episode of Broadway Life, where we teach you how to get a Broadway life. I'm here with my friend Caesar Samayoa, who is in the cast of Come From Away. Caesar, tell the people what you do at Come From Away.
I play Kevin, Jay, and Ali in Come From Away. I'm one of the original cast members here on Broadway.
Let me ask you this, why do you think you booked this part?
I think I can speak for the whole cast that a lot of booking this show has to deal with your kind of energy and essence as a person, especially when you meet and work with our team, because there's such a family that has to be created here. And I relate so much to both my main characters, to Ali and to Kevin J. There's something about them, they're completely different, and there's something that I can relate to with both of them. Kevin tends to be very shy, yet he comes up with very kind of sassy one-liners throughout the show. He's also very family-oriented. Ali is very proud and very strong, and I find him to be almost a peaceful fighter, like a peaceful warrior. And these are kind of aspects that really speak to me. And I remember reading the script and being like, wow, we didn't know how we were going to divide these roles up when I first went in. I read for a ton of different characters. There was something about these two that just absolutely kind of fired me up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot that happens in this show, and it covers a lot of ground. What do you think the main essence of Come From Away is?
For me, the major theme in Come From Away is kindness, and kindness towards others, especially in the face of kind of huge or tragic events. This show is simply about what this little town did for people that were stranded in a time of great need. And that's really the whole story that we're telling. Everyone can relate to kindness in their lives and being able to help somebody else out. I think at our core and at our essence, we want to help people out.
I mean, what a risk it is to produce something like that, right? I mean, I feel like you think about what people are into on TV, like they watch reality TV and they want the drama, they want the tension, and to risk telling a story about kindness,
Yeah.
right? Which is what the world needs.
Yeah. That's funny because you think of Broadway a lot, and you think of sets and costumes and drama and all this stuff happening, and our show is about making a tray of sandwiches for people and about opening your front door to a stranger and saying, do you need help? Do you need a shower? Can I make you a meal? And it is so simple, but I think it is so human. It's actually what we are and what we crave to do for others.
When you started the show, did you think it would be the hit that it's become?
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget this. My agent called me and told me about this audition. I didn't know anything about it, and I had the very big misconception that a lot of people have that it was about 9/11. And I immediately said, no, I don't want to audition for anything like this. I'm a New Yorker, and I lost people in 9/11, and it is a very personal tragedy for me. And he just begged me to read the script, and I read the script, and the moment I turned that last page, I called him up. I said, I have to do this. I don't know how I'm going to get into this show, but I have to do this show. The story was unbelievable. It is certainly not about 9/11. It's about 9/12 and the week following 9/11.
Right.
And it's about this incredible town. But we had no idea. We knew there was something really special about the show, but for me, it wasn't until our first preview way back in La Jolla, California, when we bowed and the whole audience, as one, just jumped up and started screaming. It felt like you were just hit like with this wall of energy, and we all started. I'm getting teary talking about it right now. We all started crying, and we knew from that moment on that we had this kind of beautiful piece of theater on our hands, and all we wanted to do was share it.
It is one of those shows, though, where the audience is kind of holding their breath the whole time because it just goes, right? It's like this runaway train.
Yeah.
And so then at the end, it's just like all that pent-up stuff just comes out, right?
And
Yeah.
you're never really allowed to sit in any kind of emotion for a long time.
Yeah.
People keep on saying that they go through all the feels with the show,
Uh-huh.
and so do we. So it's definitely a communal kind of thing that's happening.
All right, so that's a good segue. So how do you feel like your perception, like I always say, like I feel like my view of the world changes in some way from every show that I do. I learn something about myself or about people or historically or whatever it is. So how do you feel like your perception of the world has changed?
I am so acutely aware of how powerful kindness can be in the world now. And it's because of this show. I feel like I've always been a kind person, but I very much go out of my way to do things like simple things, like acknowledge someone that's helping you out, acknowledge someone on the street and say how pretty their dress is or how great they look today, help someone up and down the stairs with bags, call someone by their name. Like it's the simplest things where you see people's energies totally shift, and I know when that has happened to me, I have taken it through the rest of my day, and it has affected how I treat every single person following that interaction. So, and it makes me feel great. It makes you feel incredible to treat a stranger with kindness.
God, we need more of that. How would you tell someone to live their best Broadway life?
I love this question.
So big.
It is. You know, I have to think about what one of my mentors said in as I was growing up, and I've kind of held it close to me, that no matter where you are in life and in your career or in the trajectory of your dreams, to always be the best person that you can be in whatever situation that you're in, to be the person that people can depend on and that they can count on and look up to, whether it is your high school chorus or your grammar school musical or your community theater play, or if you're stage managing, or if you're doing props for it, or if you're moving into the city and you're working in your first off Broadway theater in the middle of nowhere, because you never know where this will lead you, and you want to be that person. You kind of want to be the light in that room.
I love that. Be the light in the room. That's great. All right, like this video, subscribe to this channel, check out Caesar. All his social media will be below in the description box. Live your best Broadway life!